Hello everyone, Hawkey here, back with another Sword of Convallaria video. So this has just been leaked. I believe this is from the test server, and it was just put into the main Discord. Towerversity. So this being on the test server, this will mean we'll either get it during Akambe's release, or maybe like a week or two after his release. And I was just checking the Taiwan forums as well. This Towerversity, this came uh, just before Akambe actually released in Taiwan, and that's the mutation there. So the art of restraint. This just basically means that for the advantage attributes, so it's like defender beating seeker, seeker beating breaker, breaker beating defender. Those were increased by 50%, and the disadvantage is are reduced by 50%. And there's also combat armor, so you need like a destroyer or raider to, I believe that's a breaker, destroyer and breaker, and you have to use them to damage the boss to reduce their stacks of armor on the boss to do more damage. Taiwan also had like a double memory shard event and also a resource event, so hopefully we'll be getting those soon as well to catch up on this Billy game website. This also shows the mutation as well for the first season, and it goes into detail. Like this is like the easiest stage, just a bunch of mobs, and this is the elite stage where you're versing the big boss there. And also there is this effect that destroyer damage increased by 80%, and at end of turn you get 1 energy. So basically it's really showcasing Akambe. Like every Towerversity season will buff the Debbie character is like basically going to be one of the best units for that season. It is how they set up, just to make people pull for the newest character. And this one's like basic attack increased by 40%. This one as well, so they brought like a bunch of defenders because I believe this is a blue attribute boss to hit the boss there. I was also looking at the tap. So they're talking about the shallow layers. So I think these are like all the really easier layers that you need to sort of unlock first before you can jump into the actual hard Towerversity stages. So it's just a bunch of like mob stages that they go through that I feel like a lot of us can pretty much like auto these stages. Maybe we need to like manual or like adjust our gear a bit, but these aren't really the hard stages to look at. Level 55, and then the Watcher Profession is better. And well, that's a bunch of destroyers there. And yeah, just looking through all this, it's basically pure welfare, exactly. So it's just pretty easy stages to go through. They did say, where is it? It's on the next one. So they said the mutations on the Chinese version have swapped from the Taiwan server. So first half is a blue attribute, bottom half is a non-attribute, so you need to use a dark attribute character. They're looking at the reputation shop there. You can get the Series 2 tarot as well. And this guy, Squeak King, also went through a bit of details. So let's ease everyone's difficult anxiety. So the shadow layer, the ranking rewards is said to be free. And then the very first boss is only level 50. Not very difficult to beat. So you can beat the first half, which is... So there's 2 halves. You can use 2 teams of 6. One set for the first half and another set for the second half. And they're saying the final ranking on the Taiwan server is based on the percentage of the total players, including people who have created and abandoned accounts. I'm not sure if this would include like the reroll accounts and everything, but keep in mind, like, after the first month of the game, probably half of the players have already quit. So everyone who basically does Tower Versity should already be like, in the top 50%. Uh, so introduction goes to the 3 layers, and yeah, it just goes through the boss there. So you kill the mobs, then you attack the boss, kill the mobs, and then you attack the boss there. That's the art of restraint. That's the advantage disadvantage increase I was talking about. So 95% reduction in fixed damage. So that's the same as like our weapon stages and everything. Actually, I'm wondering when we actually get the level 70 weapon boss as well. And then this is the hard boss that we'll be looking at. So the weakness is a darkness destroy attribute. So basically just benefiting Akambe, and we need to reduce the armor layers. So basically Akambe, like, all the multiple shadow assassins hitting the boss will reduce the layer, the combat armor layers on the boss there. And then it says the lower boss is the weakness is a guardian attribute. So that's the defender attribute, the green color there. Due to the strength, the main DPS needs to be destroyers such as Akambe, Bella, Nungul, and Momo. And in the lower stages, you want to use guardians, defenders like Coco, Magnus, Alexi, Mytha, Teden. And yeah, if you don't have the SSR, you can also consider using like epics and rare characters of the same element there. So it's basically the magician skill, similar to the divine weapon 2, and then a bunch of mobs as well. So it's not too difficult for ordinary players who've been at the maximum level for a period of time. Yeah, so they already have the level 70 weapon and tower stages before Tower Versity came out, so maybe we'll get them at the same time, but yeah, that's gonna be tough. This guy's also showing like the different units that he has used for the Tower Versity. So Coco, Gloria, I think that's, yeah, Mytha, Teden. I'm not sure what the other unit is. Oh, okay. He's using Inanna and Sophia there as well. Yeah, and they just gang up on the boss there. Yeah, that's pretty much on that. This is the same. I duplicated on that one. And this guy's recommending like epic units that we can use for Tower Versity, because this also released quite early for the Chinese server. So they're talking about Abyss, debuff marker, fast speed, and we also have to reduce the layers. So that definitely helps. Suppression, attack reduction skills. If you don't have Teden, you can also use him to reduce the boss's damage. Angel for heals, and she also has the magic defense aura as well. This is KA something. Let me check my game. I don't remember my KA units. Is it this one? Oh, Night Raven. Okay, yeah. So this is Night Raven, Night Elf. High multiplier, single target armor piercing skills, but need to cooperate with Sophia to achieve high burst. And this is Lash, stable source of damage, and it can trigger like multi-hit attacks. So I think she'll be very good at breaking the shields as well, because this whip attack is just like 2 instances of damage there. Butterfly for the aura, Ballista and Divine Grace. That's for clearing the dark mobs. Candlelight, good skill set. Doesn't heal much, but she does restore skill points and everything. Flame Sorcerer, I think that's KA Warlock, and so it's a mage, KA Mage and the Ice Mage. And those are some recommendations they can go through. And here's a familiar face. So this is the guy we looked through for the recent like tier list on the TapTap server, and they're saying in the Chinese version compared to the Taiwanese version, it was 6 layers of armor increased to 8 layers. So they basically made it even more advantageous for Kanbei, and they changed the speed as well. And then they're saying that assassins and tanks have higher than 150 speed, so they go first, try and debuff the boss, but then boss takes its turn, and then all the debuffs are gone, sort of thing. So it's hard to do like vulnerability. So think, for example, let me think. Yes, a good example is, for example, Nono Will. So Nono Will, you like her to do vulnerable 3 on the boss, but then she's at 159 speed. So if she does it, boss takes its turn at 150 speed, then the vulnerability will fall off. And then if you're using defenders, like if you're using Mytha and you want to do the armor piercing strike, she's at 243 speed. So that's going to be very tough depending on what version we get of the boss. So, Barrel's 122, so it'll be like, your defenders and assassins go first, then the boss, all the debuffs go off, and then you're left with not being able to do that much damage. And then he was talking about if you use Ada's barrel to adjust the speed, so you basically throw the barrel at your fast characters, but then the boss might kill you because of the reduced magic defense. Yeah, so it says it's quite disgusting, and he got the Akambe as well, and he's saying the Taiwan server is 3 months ahead in progress, and the Chinese server has increased difficulty. They're treating the Chinese server players like pigs. Yeah, so I'm not sure how tough the Towerversity will be for us. But yes, I mean, if this change is going to happen to our Towerversity, it's going to be really tough for those without a Akambe, and like not many. I don't think that many people will draw a Akambe, so we could still push really hard to get top ranks there, but they're really taking advantage of the dead debut unit and just trying to go through and make sure that you get FOMO about not pulling a Akambe. But we know Sophia is coming after a Akambe, so definitely want to save for Sophia, and maybe we can just work away with some units like maybe Lash, Abyss, and Beryl, Nungle, that sort of thing to beat the stage there. Alright, so that's enough yapping from me. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to Towerversity, and if it's going to go off what the CN and Taiwan server went through, it'll be quite easy for us to hit 50% because 50% of the players have quit, right? Alright, catch you all next time. Peace out.